just a little beauty of stepping into the life that I've prayed for while continuing forward to the life that I'm praying for. Always remember that you have prayed to be in a position you're in now while your new goals and your new horizons are already on your mindset, because you've achieved this goal without realizing you've already made it here, because we're always trying to strive for our next goal without realizing we've accomplished a goal. And here I am in a season where everything really could have looked like it was falling apart, yet my perception was it was all falling together for the right place at the right time and the right people, and anything not aligned would push me away and eventually allow me the opportunity to have the space to accept the places that are now aligned with me. A good example was exactly a year and 2 months ago. The job I had worked at for 5 years had decided to dissolve partnership, dissolve the company, which dissolved my place of work. And so essentially you could think, wow, what do I do now? And now I have to start all over. But with that partnership dissolving, I was able to get a really incredible deal on my Canon camera, which was for my marketing job, and I learned all of these skills at the marketing job, and I learned how to use Canva design at the marketing job, and I learned how to do all of these things where I'd worked for 5 years prior. And then I got this camera and I got my computer all for like $300 because my boss wanted to bless me with a really good deal on those things. Well, with that opportunity gave me the ability to be able to do freelance work for my own marketing services, photography services, videography services, with a gear cost of about $5,000 altogether for $300, plus a $1,200 computer for $300 total for both of that. So I was able to get the equipment I needed for basically next to nothing. God blessed me in the midst of a thing that looked like it should be falling apart. I was being redirected in a place where it looked like I was being rejected, right? God always takes anything that looks like and assumingly looks like it's falling apart. He always takes those moments to be able to give you the opportunity that's ahead that you don't see, as long as you can keep the mindset that everything is always working out for me. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I don't see where I'm going, but I trust in where I'm going. So here I am with all of the gear I could have ever wanted at the extreme price of almost nothing. I get into another job. It seems to be going well. I'm using my skill sets and showing my skill sets there on top of my position and being compensated for the extra work that I was and value that I was bringing other than what was on my job description. That position didn't quite really fill out to work for me long term, so I ended up going to another job as well, and it's way more flexible, way more freeing, way more space to breathe. I now have the flexibility of being able to work but not being tied to a desk to have to work, which gives me the ability to be free to do freelance work as well and not have someone watching my every second, every move behind a desk. This job is a lot more on the go, on the fly, do your thing. We don't really care the hours that you're working. We care about your work ethic completed, and that is the kind of job I thrive in. I thrive in completing the work and exceeding expectations without having to sit behind a desk and being watched to do so. I hate when people just watch me working instead of doing their own thing. That does not suit me. This job gives me the freedom to not only do a good job at that job, but also make extra freelance money. So I'm able to use my camera gear at my current job doing marketing services for another company, but also I can take on freelance work. And so this freelance work can take an hour of my day. That's essentially a lunch, because I don't really take lunches, you know? So I made $150 a day because I did some videography for a client. And then last second booking, I was able to book athlete content creation at a competition tomorrow, $650. And here's the thing. This is the direction I want to go in, and I would not have the opportunity to make this much money with that because I wouldn't have had the correct gear to be valued at that. My skill sets are valued at that. My work ethic is valued at that. My ability to edit is valued at that, but I did not have the ability to have a camera that is worth $5,000, $6,000, $4,000. And here I am with the opportunity to be able to start traveling, doing content creation for different events even, and like being able to be blessed and fill in the gaps. When I switched jobs, I did take a significant decrease in pay, but I'm feeling so much more at ease and free, and I'm actually making all of the money I was going to lack back by having the ability to do freelance work on the side. And I just have to say, like, when you follow God's direction, regardless of the storm ahead of you, He's always putting you into the right place at the right time with the right people. And if you're willing to do the work to break your own habits and cycles that lead you to repeating old behaviors, old work styles, old storylines that no longer fit you then, and then you find yourself in the same relationship, in the same kind of work environment, it's because you've done the same habits and you feel the same way about yourself as you did before, so you're not able to fully embrace stepping into something new, something that's remote, something that gives you the freedom. Sorry, the sounds of the signs are in the back. I'm getting ready to go put some signs out. I just wanted to give some encouragement out there, because here I am, and I'm really seeing a lot of movement under my feet with opportunity. And the opportunity would have never happened had what seemingly looked like my stability being taken from me was only giving me the opportunity to build more wealth for myself in the future. And it was a blessing to have gained all of the skill sets and all of the connections I did while at my previous job. And even though it closed, it actually was a blessing for it to close, because I was able to do didn't have to worry about competing with anyone to do marketing on my own. You know, I didn't have to worry about how to afford my own gear to do my own marketing stuff, to do my own photography, my own creative skill sets. God will bless you in the midst of what looks like is falling apart for you, as long as you're open to seeing the blessings in front of you. So may this be encouragement. If your life looks like it's falling apart and things are being taken away from you and you have to start over on your stability over and over and over again, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that I didn't work out at my last job. But I also know 100% without a shadow of a doubt that I am blessed to have had that job when my original job stopped, and I was able to just kind of fall right into that job. And I really feel like God was teaching me, are you going to repeat your habits, or are you going to step up and start changing those habits? And if so, if you're ready, then you will be able to enter into the world that you've been wanting to go to, that is remote, that's flexible, that's freedom, that brings you opportunity to travel, that brings you opportunity to do things that you love. And you have all the things. I'm giving you all the things. With leaving this job, you have everything you need to do what your purpose is, to do creativity, to be able to make income. You have everything you need basically for free. I'm giving it to you. Because God gives you things by putting it on the hearts of people to give it to you. Do you know that? So when someone offers you to basically, like, they want to buy your coffee, or they want to give you some gear that would cost generally like a ton of money, when God puts it on someone's heart to let you take it for basically next to nothing, that's God using us to bless other people. And it's Him giving us the tools we need to step into our full purpose, our full calling. Because there's no way I could have done this without God. But that's the thing, is if it's your purpose and if it's your calling, we don't have to worry about how it's going to happen. We don't have to worry about how we're going to get the camera, how we're going to afford the plane ticket, how are we going to move. Because if it truly is for us, God will worry about the details. God will handle all the details better than we ever could. You just have to be willing to say yes. And if it's meant for you, God will handle the details. It'll come easily, effortlessly, because God will handle it. I didn't have $5,000 for a camera and the lens and all the gear that comes with it. But guess who did? God. And He gave it to me for next to nothing, because I don't have to worry about how I'm going to step into my purpose and my calling. God will handle the details. He'll give me the opportunity. I simply just have to allow myself to go with the flow and not keep holding on to things that are not for me, and instead be open to what is for me. And may that be encouragement for you. Go with the flow. Don't worry about how, worry about when. Don't worry about who, and don't worry about what. All of those things will be handled. You just keep showing up, because as long as you continue to move forward with all of the things that God is giving you, He'll find the way. He'll help cover the cost of the move. If you take a job that makes less money but it's more aligned with you, He'll cover your loss of income. $650, here you go. Less than 6 hours before the opportunity arises, and I'm going to say yes. Thank you, Jesus. $650. $150 last week. Do you want it? Yes. Boom. God will handle the details of your lack of finances. Are you in your purpose? God will handle the rest.